What's up? Mr. Chang here. Got a question from LM, Leo M, in my first period class. I'm going to answer this for Leo, but I'm going to answer it on a YouTube so everybody can see it, anybody who has this question. But he had a question about isosceles triangles and how that relates to 4U6 in IXL. So that's what we're doing right now. This is an isosceles triangle has an angle that measures 140 degrees. Which other angles could be in that isosceles triangle? Choose all that apply. So first thing you got to remember is, what is an isosceles triangle? An isosceles triangle, get a little eraser here. An isosceles triangle is one that has two equal angles. Two angles of the same measure. So if I'm drawing this triangle here, you've got angle 1 down here at the bottom, angle 2 down here at the bottom. This is angle 1, this is angle 2, and they're the same. So I'm going to put a little line through the arc to show you that they're same. And then this angle at the top is going to be different. This is angle 3, but it is not, it's got 2, but it is not the same as 1 and 2. So every isosceles triangle has two angles. Isosceles means it's a triangle with two equal angles. A triangle with two equal angles, and one that is unlike the other two. Isosceles also means that it has two equal sides, and one thing you'll recognize is that if you have two equal angles, then the side opposite has to be the same size. It's just a fundamental law of triangles. So two equal sides and two equal angles, that's what isosceles means. So if one of the if your triangle, let me erase this guy. So if you have a triangle with 140 degrees, like a big wide angle, like 140 degrees, it looks something like this. And I'll put that 140 degree angle at the top. Oops. Right here. This thing is 140 degrees. Then what could be the missing angles? Now, the reason why I put the 140 degrees at the top is because this 140 degrees, it has to be the third missing angle. It can't be one of the two angles that are the same, because 140 plus 140 equals 280. And we know that a triangle only has 180 degrees total. So the two angles that are the same can't be 140 degrees each. So knowing that, we know that 140 plus two unknown angles that are the same equals 180. That means I have 40 degrees to split between these two angles. I'll switch back to green here. So 40 degrees is split between these two angles here. And if they're the same, I know that one angle has to be 20, the other has to be 20. So 40 plus 20 is 160, plus another 20 is 180. And there you have two angles that are the same, 20 and 20, plus 140. That gets you a full triangle. So if I'm going up here to all the answer choices, there's only one answer choice that really works here. It's this guy. So I'm going to click that, hit submit, and I'm good. Now let me clear all my drawings and do one more example. Here we have an isosceles triangle. This one's too easy. It's 100. That means it's 40. This is exactly the same one that we just did. Let's try and get to a more difficult one. Ooh, this one's interesting. Here's one angle of an isosceles triangle measures 30 degrees. Which other angles could be in that isosceles triangle? So again, we've got a triangle. And isosceles means, once again, isosceles equals two equal angles inside your triangle. Okay? Now, here's what's interesting about this one. There's two options here, right? You could say that one of the angles is 30 degrees and it's part of the pair that's an equal angle. So there's another angle that's also 30 degrees plus some unknown third angle equals 180. And that would be, in this case, this missing question mark would be 60, 30 plus 30 is 60, 60 minus 180 is 120. Okay, so that's one possibility. And then the second possibility is the 30-degree angle is the unknown, is the angle that is different from the other two. So 30 plus two other angles that are the same equals 180. In which case 30 minus 180 is 150. That means I have 150 degrees to split between two angles. That means each one has to be 75 because 75 plus 75 equals 150 plus 30 equals 180. So this is a super interesting, challenging problem. So I have two different answers that could be right. The 100, the 75, two angles could be 75, and the other angles could be 30 and 120. So let's show you, let me just draw a picture so we can kind of solidify this. So scenario one, you're looking at a triangle that looks like this. A big, huge 120-degree angle. This is 120 degrees. And then these ones inside are 30 degrees each. Okay, so those are your two equal angles. Or it could look like the one on the bottom, which is a tiny 30-degree angle, like this, where 30 degrees is by itself at the top, and at the bottom, you've got two 75-degree angles. This is two ways it could look. So to answer this question, one angle is 30 degrees. So you could have 120, 30, and 30. So you pick the first two, those two answer choices, 120 and 30. Or one angle could be 30 degrees, and then you could have two 75-degree angles. This is as tricky and as interesting a problem as you'll get in 4U6. So hope that helped. Thank you for asking that question, Leo. Catch you guys later.